All right, I'm back with you. I missed you guys last week. I did, but I was out in the woods having some fun. Yeah, y'all know I love to get out there and do that. But been a lot going on, man. A lot with the money. You've been watching the precious metals market. It topped out on Friday. I think gold was somewhere around 1,084 or
Did you
something.
hit live?
Didn't hit live. Yeah, I did.
I'm not getting you. I'll see what's going on. Ask if somebody's getting you.
You guys seeing me out there? Let me know. Lady Prepper says she's not seeing me. Hello, you guys out there? Can
All
you
right.
see?
Michelle does. I'll just.
There we go. All right. Don't throw me off like that.
All
You're
right,
killing
well, I
me.
couldn't see you. I want to make sure.
All right.
I'd rather make sure than.
Thanks, Michelle. I was talking about the money. Gold, it went up, and silver like crazy. Silver got up to almost $26 an ounce. Gold got up to like 2,080 or 90, almost 2,100 on Friday. But it looks like it corrected itself today. Right now, gold's at 2,048 and silver's at 2,475. So that market corrected itself. We're going to do a little bit more about the money on Thursday night. I want to watch that and see where it goes. There's a lot of talk going on about how it is bouncing around so bad because so many countries are leaving, are dumping the dollar and world trade. I don't know if you guys have been watching that, but like I said, we're going to talk about that on Thursday. Tonight, we're going to talk about what's coming. Get ready with what's going on. But first, we got to get to the ludicrous, right? I think the dumbest damn thing I saw was this right here. Breitbart is reporting that Jack Smith, who's prosecuting Trump in federal court, he's subpoenaed X. He sent a subpoena to X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, and demanded a list of names of everybody who has interacted with Donald Trump on that platform in any way. If you just clicked a like on one of his posts, then he wants your name so he can investigate you. But that right there just proves what this administration has come down to. They're a bunch of dictatorial, authoritarians, and it's just pissing me off. When I saw that today, I couldn't believe it. But all right, I had to get that out there because that one was eating on me. But let's see who we got with us tonight. All right, we got Lori's with us. Good to see you here. Yes, it is. Glenn Anderson is with us. Do our roll call here. Buzz Runner's in the house. There you go. My man up in Sanford there. Lynn is with us. Appreciate you, girl. Truly do. Michelle J. How are you? Oh, who else we got down here? If I miss you, I apologize, folks. Tammy Joe's in the house. Hey. Can you believe what Jack Smith did? That just ticked me off bad. It's not that I'm worried about it. It's just the fact that they got the nerve to do that crap. Michelle J looks like she's getting ready, got her apple juice. Here's to you. All right, there we go. 4th and goal. Metal Textile. Linda Farrow, how you doing tonight? Debbie Jones is with us. All the way from Narcoossee, Florida. Greg Harmon's here. I knew it. Here we go. Kayla, she's been MIA, she said, but you're back. That's all that matters. I was in the house. I got to tell you, your boys disappointed me the other night in that championship game. They didn't score not 1 point. I don't think they could score. I ain't going to use the wrong word. I'm going to say in a bordello with a fistful of $100 bills. They couldn't score. Let me put it that way. I ain't going to use that bad word. We all know what we're talking about. RBL's back with us. That's great to see. Who else we got down here? Anybody? Am I missing anybody down here? I hadn't called out yet. Wanda Landry is back. Appreciate it, girl. Truly do. There's the man right there. He lives the life, guys. He lives the life we all talk about. Craig is with us. Good to know you're back in the Sunshine State. I know you missed North Carolina, though. Fluffy Otter dropped in. There's my girl right there. But that stuff with Jack Smith, when I saw that today, it just ticked me off so bad. What the hell? I mean, you can't even just like a little post on social media without this administration wanting to have you investigated. These people are nuts. They've totally lost it. But something else happened that was crazy. This just happened today. It's actually kind of funny. The UN's decided that they're going to ask Americans to stop eating meat so it will save the world.
Good luck with that.
They want you to start buying crickets, I guess, from Bill Gates' bug farm and start eating them. Grasshoppers. Well, now grasshoppers are pretty good. Crickets ain't bad, but grasshoppers are pretty good. But it looks like, well, you can see right there that American farmers are only contributing 1.4% of the global emissions. How about they get on China's ass? China's opening 2 new coal burning energy plants a week. They didn't say a word to China. You know why? Because China owns their ass, just like they own Joe Biden. China owns the world right now, guys. They're controlling pretty much, all of Eastern Europe, even though it's not actually known. Most of the Middle Eastern countries, and like I said, we know they own Joe Biden, so they pretty much own everything in the world. So the UN's not going to get on them about increasing their emissions more and more and more every week, but they want us to stop eating meat. You know what this old redneck boy thinks about that?
Meat and potatoes, man.
Yeah, I'm a meat and potatoes guy. They can kiss my ass. I'm gonna eat me a steak when I can. Ain't nothing better than a good old hamburger, that's for sure. But hey, I just made it clear they ain't stopping me from eating meat. They might try to price me out of that market, but it's going to take a lot for them to do it. Let me put it that way. I ain't rich by no means, that's for sure, but I think I can afford meat when I want it. But I want to get on to that debate. Actually, the debate between DeSantis and what's that like Lowford Sissy's name? What? Newsom, yeah. DeSantis and Newsom. When I got home this weekend, I had to watch that. I couldn't watch it, where I was out in the middle of nowhere. But did you guys see that? It was hilarious. And the worst part was Newsom said he felt insulted and offended by Ron DeSantis. Oh my goodness. Oh, we can't have somebody in the, in the presidential office that will insult people or offend somebody.
Well, I think you should have answered a question.
He didn't answer one question, not one.
No.
And when he did, he lied. Here's a good example of that. Sean Hannity asked him about, the migration out of California and into Florida. And he showed him this slide. The way they had the stage set up, they could see, these slides that Hannity had behind him. And this was one of them. And when Hannity asked him that question, he said that was a lie. It wasn't happening. Even though he had figures from the Census Bureau right in front of his face, he said it wasn't true. That's the way that guy is running that state out there. He lives in a fairy tale land. It's ridiculous, but that guy might be our next president.
Oh, Lord.
There's going to be no way that Joe Biden can win another election.
I'll put that out in the atmosphere.
Without it causing a tremendous problem. I mean, I got to be careful what I say here, or that, they'll censor this, but I think he got about 30 million votes last time. The rest of them, he got the votes. He got the votes, but where in the hell did they come from? That's the big question. But there's no way he can win this time. because it would be the economy's too screwed up. The country's in just such a mess. If somehow he does win, it's going to cause a major problem, and it's going to be a problem they don't want. They're going to push too far, and there's going to be a big, major backlash. That's the way I see it. I might be wrong, but there's no way they can. I don't think they can even run this guy again and expect to win. I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, but I really think that Newsom is their guy for next year. Could be wrong though. They might run that old guy again. We'll see. But if they do, it's going to be a mess for damn sure. But we all know what happened about 4 years ago this month in 2019, right before the last election. And that's what we're here to talk about tonight. This is the one that's going to step on some toes, and I really got to be careful about the way I say these things. Because if you say too much, not only will they restrict this, they might shut it off. I don't know, but we're going to see here. I'm sure you've all heard about the upper respiratory ailment in China that's making its way to the United States. There's been cases reported, as you can see here in Washington, D.C. There's been cases in Ohio. I heard there's some in Missouri, a couple over in Arkansas, but they're trying to pump that up. And I don't think it's going to work because the two ladies you see in the picture there is the Fox host and a medical doctor that's on their show regularly, Dr. Sapphire. And this is what she released on X just the other day. She said, don't fall for all the hype. That what we're seeing is just seasonal respiratory infections that happen every year. And she wanted to jump out ahead of that and let people know not to get all hyped up about it. And I think she's right. We all know this time of year cases of influenza go up, just common colds and stuff like that. But she wanted to get out there and let everybody know, don't get all upset about it. But there's another thing they're working that is kind of peculiar. A lot of people hadn't heard about it yet. That's this right here. Cases of a COVID variant have tripled in the last 2 weeks, according to the CDC. And this was reported on November 29th. So they're already stirring the pot. You already got that stick in there and they're stirring that pot, priming it up, getting it ready to go.
So that's the new name, Pyrola?
Yep. Pyrola is what they're calling it. But amazingly, it's happening at about the same time it did 4 years ago. Now, we all know why that happened. It's so they can mail out millions and millions and millions of ballots. And so people could vote from pretty much anywhere using several sources. They had to have it that way. If not, the election wouldn't have turned out the way it did. See, this is where I got to start being careful right here. But they're trying to do it again. It worked the last time, so you know they're going to try to do it again. And if you think this administration is just going to leave it up to people to vote, to keep them in power, you're sadly mistaken. Never happened. They're never going to accept the results of an election and just walk away if they lose. They're never, ever going to let that happen. Now that they're in power, they knew how to use the system last time to get there. They're going to use it again this time to make sure they stay there. And that's one of the reasons why I don't think they can let Joe stay on the top of the ticket, because it'll just be too obvious. I actually feel sorry for the old man. He's just an old puppet, an old figurehead, and they're using him. And, if you were in his position, you would probably do the same thing he's doing. Make it look like I'm the most powerful person in the world. But I don't think he's in full control of his faculties. We can tell that by the way he talks. And when we look at what's going on with our country, as far as our money's going, our military, the fact that we're in 2 wars and now they're talking about a third one, it's ridiculous. There's no way a president like that could actually win an election, and they know that. So they got to start with this crap again. But I wanted to remind you of something. A lot of people forgot. This is a report from the CDC about the 2020-2021 flu season. In those years, there were 1,675 reported cases of the flu. 1,600 reported cases of the flu. But that other thing that popped up, and supposedly everybody had, and killed a lot of folks. I'm not saying it wasn't real. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that wasn't real. But a lot of those deaths that they related to that was somebody that, died in a car crash. And then when they tested their blood, they had a CV in their blood, which is basically a common cold is the same thing. It's a different variation, but it shows the same way. So a lot of those cases that they reported up in the millions, no. That was just people that died other ways, and they used that. They weaponized that to enact what they wanted to enact to control the electoral process in 2020. It's that simple. I wanted to remind everybody of that. People were dying in car crashes, getting stabbed, getting shot, and dying, and they were reporting them as those cases. No. The truth finally came out, a year later? But they're trying to do it again, guys, so get ready. If you don't have those face diapers around, you better get you some, because that's coming back. If you don't have toilet paper, you better get you some, because people are going to start that crap again. Just make sure you're ready for what's coming. This is, like I said, Plandemic 2.0. First time around, that was their test. That was their alpha test to make sure it worked, and it did. So this time it's even going to be more restrictive. They got it ready, and they're going to enact it. That's for sure. Got plenty of toilet paper, and will not wear a face diaper. Well, I don't blame you. I mean, but when they tell you you can't go to the store, and you can't go in this store without a face mask, and you need to go in there and buy food, yeah, you're going to wear one, or you ain't going to get your food. It's that simple. That's the way they did it last time. They're going to do it again this time. As far as getting a shot, that's not working. They're already trying that. They've announced that the vaccine's been updated, but reportedly only about 2% of the population is taking that shot. They're not falling for it again. That don't mean they're not going to try, guys. All I'm telling you is get ready, because it's coming. They're going to try their best to do it again, because they have to if they want to keep power. But if by some means they pull it off again, get ready for what's coming. Not just food and water and, toilet paper or face mask. I'm talking a lot more serious stuff. Because that's what's going to happen if they win again. Just mark my words. It's going to get a lot worse real quick. You got to be ready for it. You know what I'm talking about. If you don't, shoot me an email. I'll tell you. I can't tell you right here, because if I do, nobody else will see this. But I think you know what I'm talking about. See that up there?
Put your email up there.
Yeah, let me do that. Let me pop my email in there. People say, what's your email? Well, there it is. But see that? If you ain't got some of those, you better get you some. You better get a lot to feed them because that's what's coming. And it will happen. If they pull that off one more time, it will happen. My man Schwackhammer's with us. All right. One more thing I want to tell you before I get out of here. This is going to be a short one tonight, guys, because I'm already getting ready for Thursday, watching the money markets, what precious metals, stuff like that. But on Friday night, I will be with Pennsylvania Preparedness. He'll be doing a live at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday night. Ooh, excuse me. Me and Prepping with Sarge will be there. We're trying to help him build his channel. He's got some good stuff over there. But just like all the other, he came in, he's trying to get that channel going and he just can't get it going, get the numbers that he needs because YouTube's not going to let him. It's that simple. So go over there and check him out. I'll remind you on Thursday night, go over there and check out Pennsylvania Preparedness. And I'll post a link where you can click it and, just set a reminder to go over there and visit them on Friday night. Please do. Kyle's a good guy. Wow. He's a smart guy. He knows what he's talking about. And he's trying to help people. That's all he's doing, just like what I'm trying to do here. But the format's not helping him any. So I'll remind you of that Thursday night. All right. Fluffy says, yep, she got her necklace. All right. Ooh, feel like I got a hair in my throat. But I'll see you guys on Thursday night. I'm going to get out of here. Love every one of you. Just want to get back and talk to you because I missed you. Like interacting with you guys. Posting videos are good, but I'd much rather interact with you guys personally like this. It's a lot of fun. I'm going to put up a post tomorrow asking you to let me know any prepping questions you want, any of them. And then I'm going to try to answer those for you on Thursday night. So look for that post. Until then, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to say stay strong, keep prepping, and pray for the United States because we definitely need it, guys. Things ain't getting any better. Watch those money markets. Watch what that dollar does. Keep your eye on the world markets because more and more countries are shedding our currency every day. We're going to talk more about that on Thursday night. Thank you guys for being here. I love you all, and I'll see you on Thursday. Orlando Prepper is out.